Millions of Americans have a 1965 or 1976 quarter sitting somewhere in their home right now. It's in a coin jar, a kitchen drawer, the bottom of a purse, or mixed in with loose change in the car. Most people never give these coins a second glance. They spend them without hesitation. But before you do that, there's something you should know. While the overwhelming majority of 1965 and 1976 quarters are worth exactly 25 cents, a small number are worth much more, and the difference often comes down to tiny details that almost nobody checks. The surprising part is that those details aren't obvious. You don't need a coin that looks old, shiny, or unusual. Sometimes the only clue is a small mint mark, a slightly different weight, or a mistake made inside the US Mint decades ago. So before you spend or sell your 1965 or 1976 quarter, take a closer look. Let's start with the 1965 quarter. At first glance, it looks completely ordinary. In fact, millions of Americans have one tucked away somewhere. But 1965 marked one of the biggest changes in the history of American coinage. Before 1965, Washington quarters were made from 90% silver. Rising silver prices made that too expensive, so the United States switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition, the same basic type still used today. For almost every 1965 quarter, that's exactly what you'll find. But not every coin followed the rules. During the transition from silver to clad production, a very small number of leftover silver blanks from 1964 are believed to have been accidentally mixed into the production process. Those blanks were then struck with 1965 quarter designs. The result was a coin that shouldn't exist, a 1965 dated quarter made of silver. These transitional errors are exceptionally rare, but they are well documented and highly respected by collectors because they represent a genuine minting mistake rather than a manufactured novelty. So how do you know if your 1965 quarter deserves a closer look? One of the easiest clues is the edge. A normal modern quarter has a copper-colored stripe visible around its edge because of its layered construction. A genuine silver quarter has no copper stripe. Instead, the edge appears silver all the way through. Weight is another clue. A standard clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while a silver quarter weighs slightly more. A precise digital scale won't prove that your coin is valuable, but it can quickly tell you whether it's worth investigating further. And remember, never try to clean the coin before having it examined. Cleaning removes the original surface collectors value the most. Even a rare coin can lose much of its appeal if it has been polished or scrubbed. Now let's move to another coin almost every American has seen at least once. The 1976 Bicentennial quarter. This coin was created to celebrate the 200th anniversary of American independence. Instead of a single date, it carries the famous dual date, 1776 to 1976. The reverse features a colonial drummer, making it one of the most recognizable designs ever placed on a circulating American quarter. Because of its unique appearance, many people automatically assume every bicentennial quarter is valuable. That isn't true. The US Mint produced well over 1 billion bicentennial quarters, making most examples extremely common. But here's where things become interesting. Alongside the regular circulating coins, the Mint also produced special collector versions struck in 40% silver. Unlike normal circulation coins, these silver versions were sold in special collector sets. Many people inherited these sets without realizing what they contained. Others were broken apart over the years, allowing individual silver quarters to find their way into collections and, occasionally, into circulation. If you own a bicentennial quarter, checking whether it's one of these silver examples is absolutely worth your time. Again, the edge offers one of the easiest clues. A silver coin won't show the copper-colored stripe found on regular clad quarters. Weight also helps identify potential silver versions. Then there are mint errors. Although most bicentennial quarters are common, certain error varieties have become highly desirable among collectors. Off-center strikes, doubled dies, missing clad layers, and wrong plancher errors have all been documented. These aren't common, but that's exactly why collectors search for them. They represent moments when the minting process failed in a very specific way, creating coins that were never intended to exist. That's one of the fascinating things about coin collecting. Perfection is ordinary. Mistakes are rare. and rarity creates demand. Unfortunately, many valuable coins are overlooked because people mistake mint errors for ordinary damage. A coin with unusual lettering, an off-center design, or an unexpected appearance is often dismissed as defective and spent without another thought. That's why learning the difference matters. Another mistake people make is believing age alone creates value. It doesn't. Some quarters from the 1930s are worth only modest premiums, while certain modern era coins can sell for significantly more. Collectors don't simply buy old coins. They buy rarity, originality, condition, and documented mint mistakes. Those are the qualities that drive value. Condition is especially important. A coin that has spent decades bouncing around pockets and cash registers will naturally show scratches, worn details, and damaged surfaces. A coin preserved carefully from the day it was made may look almost exactly as it did when it left the mint. Even when two coins share the same date and mint mark, the better preserved example can be worth dramatically more. If you think you may have an unusual 1965 or 1976 quarter, resist the temptation to guess its value based on internet headlines. Auction prices often involve exceptional examples with certified grades or rare mint errors. Most ordinary coins simply don't reach those numbers. The smartest next step is to examine the coin carefully under good lighting. Look at the edge. Check the mint mark. Inspect the date. Look for unusual doubling, missing details, strange colors, or signs that the coin differs from normal examples. If something truly stands out, consider having the coin examined by a reputable professional who specializes in numismatics. Professional authentication can confirm whether you found something genuinely unusual or simply an interesting but common coin. Whatever you do, keep the coin exactly as you found it. Don't polish it, don't scratch it, don't test it with harsh chemicals. The original surface is part of the coin's history, and once it's gone, it can never be restored. Here's the remarkable truth. Somewhere today, someone will receive a 1965 or 1976 quarter as change. They'll glance at it for less than a second before dropping it into their pocket. Most of those coins will be worth exactly 25 cents, but every once in a while, one turns out to be something different. A rare silver transitional strike, a silver bicentennial collector issue, a documented mint error, or another variety that only an experienced eye would recognize. The difference isn't luck, it's knowledge. Now you know why 1965 matters. You know why not every bicentennial quarter is the same. You know why the edge, the weight, the mint mark, and the smallest production mistakes deserve a closer look. The next time a quarter passes through your hands, don't assume it's ordinary. Take a few extra seconds, look a little closer. Because the coin everyone else ignores could be the one collectors have been searching for all along.